Senator from Nandi, but I'm standing on Standing Order 105, responsibility of statement of fact. May I know, because I have read the NADCO report page by page to the last page, which of the recommendations of the NADCO report he bases his argument that Raila Odinga is the one that will become the Prime Minister? Because our position of the Prime Minister will be there, but there is nowhere in the NADCO report that it proposes the Honorable Raila Odinga. And actually, I don't think the NADCO report was formulated to assimilate and have Raila Odinga join government. It is actually demeaning the position of Raila Odinga to say that the whole NADCO report is just about creating a position for him. So, Honorable Speaker, I wish that you direct this and find the Senator out of order for insinuating that the NADCO report has a clause that proposes that Raila Odinga, the person, becomes the Prime Minister.
Very well, Senator Cherargei. I think you've understood the question.
Yes, I've understood. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, for seeing you today in the morning. Mr. Speaker, as I encourage, and after this I will buy an air comp for my brother, Senator Methu, I agree. In fact, he has answered himself by insinuating. I didn't say the NADCO report has the name Raila Odinga. As a leader, I believe Raila Odinga should serve this nation in any capacity. And in my own opinion, as the Senator of Nandi, I feel he should be given the position of Prime Minister. We need to expand and fully implement the National Dialogue Committee report. We are already doing broad-based. We are now in this across the aisle. We are exchanging chairs within Parliament, Mr. Speaker. Therefore, I want to insist, even as we move forward, as we broaden the engagement of broad-based government, the Honorable Raila Amolo Odinga, Mr. Speaker, has the history of this country. He has the track record of rule of law. He has served as a Prime Minister before. There is nothing unique, Mr. Even as we push to amend the Constitution in Article 257 or 256, either by popular or parliamentary initiative of the Constitution 2010, he can serve at the moment as the Prime Cabinet Secretary as we reorganize the government going into the future, Mr. Speaker. Even Senator, it is free, my brother Senator Methu, and he knows I have tremendous respect and we respect each other. We are even pushing for an enactment of official opposition leader. So as they fight in his formation, Mr. Speaker, I'm telling them there is already a seat where the people like Wajakoya, people like Alonso Mushoka, people like, and the rest who will lose in 2027 after William Ruto is re-elected by the support of Baba, they will be automatically, will finance them. We'll give them an office, we'll give them official cars, we'll ensure they sit either in the Senate and National Assembly. And that is the NADCO report that we are proposing, Mr. Speaker. So no one will lose. We hate to see people who are so losers, who are shouting in centers, funerals. We want them to stop talking from funerals. We want them to come to the floor of the House and critique the government. And I want to assure you, with the support of Raila Amolo Odinga, William Ruto will be elected by over 80% for his re-election. In 2032, people like Eddie, tunaweza anza kujipanga at that level, Mr. Speaker. So I want to say in conclusion, because I've seen my time is spent, Mr. Speaker, let us have an open mind. This nation, the young people sitting at your gallery, need the guidance and leadership of this. We must agree as a nation. We want a nation. When you go here to Tanzania, they don't care which tribe you come from. You are a Chaga, you are a Suguma, you are a Maasai. They don't care who you are. They will only elect you because you are competent, Mr. Speaker. So we need to encourage as a nation. Let us have a tribeless leadership, Mr. Speaker. And I want to encourage the minority side led by Senator Ledama. Even as we engage on broad-based, you must clean your house. We cannot be saying we are broad-based, yet we have people who are opposing the broad-based within yourself, Mr. Speaker. And I know you know the person you are seated next to you on your right, Mr. Speaker. It is better to give that seat to Senator Hedi and other people, Mr. Speaker, so that you can have a one united front. Let us release people like Senator Wambua to go and oppose government freely instead of opposing government within. This is a broad-based government. May it long live under the leadership of William Ruto and Raila Odinga. Mr. Speaker, with those many remarks, I support and I thank you.
Senator Eddie Okech. Imepewa list.
I thank you, Mr. Speaker, for giving me this opportunity. And as the leader of the Migori delegation, I must say that on this motion, my people who gave me the chance to be in this house are sad. I will not lie that they were disappointed that Raila Amolo Odinga did not become the AUC chair. They had hopes and dreams that Raila Odinga would become the AUC chair so that he could be able to be a bridge between excellence in the continent and our people in Kenya. And indeed, the people of Migori County were championing and rooting for Raila Amolo Odinga. So it is no question that they are sad. And Mr. Speaker, in any sad situation, whether it's death or losing an election like what happened, Mr. Speaker, if you are sad and somebody else is laughing, that person does not want the best for you. It doesn't matter whether whatever brings you sadness is something that brings them happiness. It just means that they don't want something good for you. And therefore, Mr. Speaker, I want to say that anybody who has laughed, celebrated the loss that we had in Addis has got no best interest of our people at heart, especially the delegation that I'm presenting and representing from Migori County. I remember, Mr. Speaker, Nelson Mandela, when one day he was asked by a journalist on his take on the Cuban positioning in terms of the Cuban War with regards to other people as well as Muammar Gaddafi. And Mandela told the journalist that many people think that their enemies are supposed to be South African enemies. Just because you have got some enemies somewhere, they are not going to be ODM's enemies. We as ODM, and we as a people from Migori, and we as a people from Nyanza, and I believe this is the spirit that every